Here, in order to survive online, all these businesses need to consistently follow the internet rules, right? And that's the name of the game. If you want to do this stuff, there are some rules you need to abide by. It's regulated, right? You can't just do anything and anything. Just look at how Zuckerberg got like the biggest online magnate, right? Zuckerberg, one of the biggest online entrepreneurs, got drawn to court and fined and publicly exposed for a lot of stuff because he didn't comply by certain rules. They don't care how big you are or how small you are. You need to apply or comply by the rules. And what rules are these? There are different ones, such as CAN-SPAM Act, Terms of Service, GDPR, cookies, refund policy, privacy policy, trademark, consent notice, a lot of different ones. And these are very real, right? And they apply to a lot of people. Now, you might be wondering, well, is it really that serious, right? And does it really matter? Well, let's find out. I'm just going to open up a quick, let's say we're going to pick one of these, right? Let me go ahead and find my mouth. We're going to pick the GDPR one, right? I'm just going to go ahead and visit do a quick Google search. Let's see. We click on the link. There we go. All right. Boom and boom. I just had a quick Google search. Fine for a website not being GDPR compliant. The maximum fine, what's the maximum? There are two tiers of administrative fines that can be levied as penalties for non-compliance. Up to 10 million or 2% annual global turnover, whichever is higher. They didn't care. If 10 million is not enough, they can get more from you. They'll go ahead and take more from you, right? Or 4% of the annual global turnover, right? What if my website's not GDPR compliant? Site owners that fail to make a website GDPR compliant can face stiff financial penalties. I mean, they are harsh. And there's even a website, I'll try and look it up as well, GDPR fine tracker. I think enforcement tracker. I'm just going to look that up. Let's see, look at this. And this is up to date, right? The 7th of the 1st of July. Someone got a $1,000 fine in Spain, a private individual, right? They weren't compliant with general data processing principles, GDPR. Everything, it is to this day, you can track here per country, everywhere, when somebody's getting fined, why and how. The private individual, if you're a small company or a big guy, you need to be worried, right? What if I told you we actually found, a while ago since we released the first one, a new urgent problem that still to this day a lot of people are not aware of, and it's crucial to be fixed, right? Do you want to know what it is? And this is often overlooked, especially with new business owners. They never think about this. And it's funny, on the Chamber of Commerce, you can always see new businesses that opened up, and if you look at their stuff, their website, like, they totally forgot about this part, right? And some of you already know, but it is ADA compliance, which stands for the Americans with Disability Act. And what that is that people with disabilities, right, that have physical or mental impairment that limits some major life activities, they need to be able to access a website. For example, let's say your website has like a flickering button and that just flashes like, click me, click me, click me. And you think that is nice, that will attract attention, which is in a sense true. But for another person, that may be very disturbing. They might get headaches, or maybe they have like this, how do you say that? They have a high tendency to get triggered by flashing lights and whatnot, right? Kind of like epilepsy. So let's say, they cannot turn that button off, and now they can't visit your website because you don't have an option to turn that button off, and they get frustrated. And that's a problem, right? And that is, in a sense, discriminating people with disabilities from accessing your website. That's how it works. So, who needs to be ADA compliant at all times? Well, let me tell you, pretty much everyone, right? Digital product owners, online stores, realtors, local businesses, course vendors, e-commerce and mid-size influencers. So, just to show you kind of the situation here, it's all over the news. Let the videos load up here. This one, growing number of lawsuits over ADA web compliancy. ADA lawsuits target non-compliant websites. In Florida, businesses are sitting ducks, right, for lawsuits because of not being ADA compliant. Like, lawyers are all over this. They wake up and they're saying, hey, who are we gonna look up and see if they're not ADA compliant? And boom, fine. So, just to show you a couple of more lawsuits targeting business websites over ADA violations are on the rise from the Los Angeles Times in a group saying, "Hi guys, what's the latest on ADA compliance? One of my clients received a scary looking letter. They're just a simple restaurant site and it's down in Miami. What's your take on this?" Right? Just a simple restaurant owner, right? He had no idea what's gonna happen. He's super scared. So goes on and on. Even Beyonce, right? One of the biggest pop stars. They don't care, once again, if you're a small restaurant owner or a big pop star, they're coming after you. So Lonnie Jones says, be worried. We have to settle on a few client sites. Ambulance chaser and law firms are all over this. They connect with someone who is blind or brain damaged and start suing a ton of sites. And that is, as horrible as it sounds, the reality of the situation, right? They find someone that has a disability, they ask them to visit a website that is not compliant, and then help them to file charges, and they split the money and run away with it. And you can't do nothing because it's required by law and the business failed to comply. So, a few more ADA compliant website. If not, you could apparently have legal action taken against you. I've had a client get sued. I mean, it is just growing bigger and bigger and bigger every single day. So I'm actually gonna go to our ADA website to show you an example. All right, boom. So you see this icon right here, bottom left. I'm gonna click it, and then this pops up. Right, I can hide images. I can have a reading guide, right? So maybe I want to have it like this, and this is just necessary for example, lawyers to see that, hey, all right, these guys are 100% ADA compliant and everything works, right? Cognitive disability mode. This mode provides different assistive functions. ADHD friendly mode. So if you don't want to get distracted by a lot of stuff, you can have your brain kind of focus only on the part it needs to focus on. Blindness mode also there. Let's see. And then we have a lot, like a reading mask, highlight, hover. I can activate multiple things at once. Big black cursor, big white cursor, highlight focus. Let's see, text to speech. I can have things being read out loud. There we go. Content scaling. I can make stuff bigger and smaller. Sizing of the font. I can make it bigger and smaller. So I'm just going to do that back to normal right now. Text magnifier. This one's really cool. Look at how big it is for people that have kind of problems with seeing. Make the font more readable. Dyslexia friendly. I mean, you got everything. Highlight particular tiles. Highlight all the links. I can even align the text in the way I want to. Dark contrast. White contrast. Now it's already light, so nothing really won't happen here. Monochrome. Right, high contrast, high saturation, low saturation, and much more. I mean, everything you need to be ADA compliant right here. You can even translate the website in any other language. Let's say I want it to be, I don't know, Chinese, simplified. And boom, right? There you go. How cool is that? So a business needs this regardless, right? You can see a business thinking, oh my God, wow, this is perfect for our website. They need this, whether you like it or not. Because it's required by law. So let's say I go use the Bailey's website, right? Or Bailey's Tech website, check, and now Bally's, like the casino is restaurant type website. I mean, this stuff here, all the things that flicker in, the red is very bright, some letters are super big, some letters are super small. If the wrong person enters this website, or a lawyer enters this website, they are doomed. And they're gonna bring down the hammer on them. Why? Because these guys have money, right? You can tell it's a big branch. Say 14 casinos across 10 states. Heartless New York City. See, now this is a website, right? This is a website. I like this. All right, I don't see an AD compliance widget, or maybe there is. No, this just takes me back to the top. Is this something? No, that's the logo. Boom, viable for a lawsuit right there. Viable for a lawsuit.